eOnzErG ties it up 1-1, and we're going to go into the deciding match, which is going to be on Sylphid.
In the bottom left, in the red, on Sylphid, it is kogeT.
And in the bottom right, in the blue, it is eOnzErG. And it's going to be on Sylphid. Again, a map that is so... This, in comparison to the rest of the maps, I feel like is the most complementary to eOnzErG's ZvT style. I mean, Mulisks are so strong on this map. Aggression is so strong on this map, given the fact that it's flat and there's no ramp. Really, this should be... I mean, eOnzErG should feel at home here. And kogeT, he already whipped out the 2-port. You think he'll do it again?
That's what I was thinking. I think he should do that, but instead he's going to 8 racks. And I'm not too sure of how often kogeT 8 racks is. But knowing eOnzErG and knowing how good of a map this is for the Zerg, I wouldn't mind him just opening with like overpool or 12 pool, because you know that can transition into a 2-hatch mutaplay. That's going to be... Oh, this is BBS? No, he is just going to wall it up. But the racks is so far forward, yeah. I don't know how he's going to get this racks back in time, even if the Marine pressure was to deal...
Well, he's going to get it.
There it is. Pool first. Well, yeah. This is a nightmare scenario.
Yeah, this isn't ideal for kogeT. I'm guessing he's going to get a gas behind this, and that depot is to wall with a factory. Yeah, so this is pretty bad, though, for kogeT, because, in some situations when you 8 racks and you're against pool first, if you have a more passive location for your racks and you're just trying to play an eco-based 8 racks, you're like, okay, I'll just keep my Marines at home and I'll expand off of these Marines, and you have more Marines than usual so they can hold off the initial links. It's really not that bad. But in this variation, what's good for kogeT, though, I will say this, is that eOnzErG's natural is going to be delayed here, so the sunken timing is going to be super tight. And I think kogeT, once he realizes that this is pool first, he just keeps the Marines at home and focuses on getting the factory out ASAP. And that's going to be a great way for him to come back into this situation.
Yeah, but that racks, it is so far away. Ling should be popping out any second. Now, the more I'm watching this, I think that the racks might barely get there. Okay, now this is genius. Now, the problem is it's Sylphid, and can you really fit a factory in the top side of the base? Like, look, it looks like the extractor would barely give you vision. Now, I imagine kogeT has done this more than once, so I think that this is obviously
planned out.
This racks. Yeah, this racks. This is what I was talking about. It's so far forward. I think these lings are getting in.
How many lings are there? Oh my god,
it's only 3, but it doesn't matter.
I mean, he's gonna pull SCVs here. He's gonna be safe. How many
now,
SCVs
when he lands the racks, that means the SCVs can't get back in. Okay.
Oh, no,
okay, that was the dream scenario, actually, that he saves the SCVs. But now he comes in, sees there's no factory.
Yeah, but the thing is, where is this factory? Is it in the middle of the map, or is it going to get floated inside of the base? Because, really, I mean, eOnzErG, does he know? Because this could be a 10-10-10. Factory could be out. Vulture could be coming right now. As you said, I don't know. He's just building the Vulture. So you see, kogeT does not have the confidence in... Like, he knows it's very likely for eOnzErG to scout his main at this point, so instead of floating the factory in, he's just going to build a Vulture. And yeah, this is going to be the 2-port follow-up, but Nyokin, these starports are started after the Spire.
Yeah,
this
but Vulture's about to walk in. He pulls all of his drones, and eOnzErG, he's got all of his lings across the map. Now, he's got a lot of lings, and maybe he can bust down the depots. Okay, no reaction from kogeT just yet. He's microing the Vulture. He can lose all of these depots very quickly. Luckily for him, he does have advantage, or he has to pull more surface area, but he's got to pull SCVs right now.
This is going to be so close. I mean, eOnzErG, he's not quite attacking the depot. He could be attacking with the depot with so many more lings, but he's busy in his base trying to defend against this vulture, and this vulture is going to be... These vultures are doing so much damage to eOnzErG's economy, even though his spire is so much faster. You can see that he just does not have minerals. The depot is going to go down, though, and only 1 marine to defend against 5 zerglings. These zerglings are going to kill a lot of the SCVs here for kogeT. kogeT doesn't have enough money to make Wraiths. eOnzErG doesn't have enough money to make Mulisks. We're kind of in this really weird situation. Now, finally, eOnzErG is mining at his natural, and he's going to kill even more SCVs. So, as time goes by, it looks like eOnzErG is getting the better end of this deal. And kogeT, unfortunately, he's forced into getting cloaked because he does not have resources to get an eBay. So, if his Wraiths just straight up fight, oh my god, the Scourge are going to just park outside of the starports for kogeT, and actually, eOnzErG didn't even make Mulisks, he's just making drones here. Oh, this game's crazy.
If these 2 Wraiths pop out and they get cloaked, they're going to be able to take down the Scourge. I don't know if the Wraith will pop out and instantly die. He's got to be okay. Can he pop them? I think he can, but this is going to be... I've never seen this scenario.
Yeah, cloak takes so long to research, though.
He got out one of them.
Yeah, if the Wraiths do get out, though... I mean, this is going to be fine for kogeT, actually, because it's really hard to kill the Wraiths off the starport with the Scourge. Even if they're on top there, it's kind of just hard to time it properly. Oh, he does get that one Wraith. That was huge, though.
It's very nicely done. Yeah, the cloak is done. And look how important that was to catch that Wraith, because cloak just finished. So a bit unlucky there for kogeT, and a nice catch for eOnzErG to kind of stabilize the game. I did see he was building up drones in his natural this whole time, really not focusing on going for a killing move. Now he's starting to build up the Mutilus. He does have double gas up and running. Factory out in no man's land. Looks like it is going to be floating down towards eOnzErG's main, but both players have stabilized at this point. 2 Wraiths are out, and kogeT was mining gas for a long time, so he still has a decent amount of gas to continue pumping out some Wraiths.
Yeah, but this is a really hard situation for Terran to be in. I mean, Zerg just scales so much faster given their production here. You know, there's still a chance here. kogeT, he does have enough income at this point to non-stop produce Wraiths off the 2 starports, which is important. And eOnzErG does not quite have the economy, I don't think, just yet, to be able to get Overlord speed in a timely fashion. So I feel like, you know, definitely kogeT has some good chances here. But he is going to have to eventually get an eBay. He is going to have to eventually choose to expand or not. We'll have to see here. Cloak is obviously online. And, oh my god, 1 Wraith goes down, though. But kogeT manages to snipe the Overlord, so no detection in the vicinity for eOnzErG. And this is not really a problem here. Actually, this is almost bad for kogeT, because he's using up a lot of that cloak energy. And what you want to do in 2-port situations is you want to build up... Oh my god, this is so tricky from kogeT. But you want to build up to like the 5 Wraith count that can one-shot drones. It's so important to be able to one-shot drones to effectively harass. So losing a Wraith there and losing energy for cloak...
Oh, he sees it. Oh, no, he doesn't.
Kind of diminishing it.
I thought, okay, now the Vulture comes out. And this is what kogeT is doing. He's trying to draw the Mutilus to the main while he has the 5 Wraiths and attacks the natural, I think. But he missed his window of opportunity right there. Vulture gets a little bit of damage, but it's a little bit unsynced. Okay, now he comes in, gets 1 Overlord, gets 1 drone. So nicely done. This is going to test eOnzErG's multitask. He can't deal with both of these scenarios. Another Vulture going to be coming out pretty soon, and he recognizes it, preemptively pulls his drones. Oh, the control is so good, man.
Yeah, this is good from kogeT, but he is taking a bit too much damage on these Wraiths. He should oh no, now a lot of them uncloaked because of the energy that he wasted earlier on, but he still gets some nice trades onto eOnzErG, and you know he's gonna take that because he's constantly building vultures inside of eOnzErG's base. So just tactically sound decision making from kogeT, and slowly but surely, actually, this game is slipping out of eOnzErG's hands here. kogeT looks like he's building a significant lead, especially from this factory play, and now the factory is spawning a lot of the Mulisks, so kogeT has more space to fly around. These drones, and he's killing overlords, man. It's not just about the drone kills, but killing overlords for
for free like that is really good. And honestly, kogeT is just setting himself up in a beautiful position. But Wraiths alone are gonna have a hard time finishing off the game. I'm curious to see. This game is the kind of game where you could go 3 racks off one base.
I think kogeT has already done it. This vulture harassment is dealing ridiculous amounts of damage. He gets another drone kill, and the Wraith count was up at 8. And we know that kogeT's continuing to pump out more and more Wraiths, so it's going to be approaching critical mass where he's just going to be almost one-shotting a Mutalisk at that point. Armory is done. Turrets are going up for kogeT. I guess he's expecting a backstab at some point, but the damage is done. Really, there's not that many Mutalisks out for Eon, but it looks like, what, maybe 9?
Yeah, but kogeT, he is investing quite a lot into continuously making vultures. He's not expanding, and now he's choosing to go into Valkyries, which is a huge mineral sink. That could be 3 racks. That could be an expansion. kogeT is on one base still. Obviously eOnzErG I don't think is in the best position, and the fact that eOnzErG is committed to making mass Mutalisks means that he is susceptible to this Valkyrie switch. But at the same time, it is only one add-on, so one Valkyrie at a time. And, if ZerG... The thing is, Valkyries don't straight up counter all the air that ZerG has, because ZerG can make a bunch of Scourge and connect from all angles. And if they snipe the Valkyries before the fight starts, or before the DPS is outputted, they can easily win the fight against the Wraiths.
Yeah, we did see a Hydrogen going up for eOnzErG, and the SCV count is the reason that kogeT was unable to take... to take his natural. He's really low on the SCVs. His econ is in shambles, and eOnzErG has a supply lead at this point. I'm surprised. Command Center is about halfway done, but double Valkyrie is out, and we saw how much damage he was able to do versus ZvT. Now, can he suspect where the Mutalisks are? It looks like he may be able to intercept them right here, and as we know, Valkyries deal ridiculous amounts of damage. He's got 3 Valkyries out, so these Mutalisks are just going to get shredded if they try and engage. There's a nice shot, but the Scourge connect onto at least one of them. I don't know how many he has left over. It looks like 1, and now eOnzErG is doing it.
I think kogeT... Oh my god, I think kogeT almost lost there. But the thing is, there are no Overlords here to spot the Wraith, so huge blunder by eOnzErG forgetting to bring detection, and that's going to lose him the game, actually, because all of these Mutalisks are going to go down. Suddenly, kogeT is expanding behind this. ZerG does not have an army anymore. It was so close there for eOnzErG. He could have busted that position if he had an Overlord to spot the cloaked Wraiths, but unfortunately he didn't, and now he's paying the price.
Oh my gosh, and now he can one-shot drones. He's got 6 Wraiths left over. Goodbye 2 drones. Scourge are going to fall extremely fast too. The first couple Hydras are out for eOnzErG. Supplies plummeted for him down to 32. kogeT still standing strong at around 45. There's the couple racks we were expecting. And eOnzErG, it looked so good, but that one moving shot with the Valkyrie at the very end dealt so much damage to the Mutalisks. And then, as you pointed out, no Overlord in position, so he just ends up losing them all. And now if you're in eOnzErG's position, what do? He doesn't have a 3rd hatch. He doesn't have a 3rd base. He's kind of just stuck on mass Muta with Scourge support and a couple Hydras. Meanwhile, Marines and Medics are starting to be pumped out.
Yeah, I mean, this is not a good spot to be in as ZerG. He's still only on...
Oh, no.
he misclicked the Hydras. He's actually going to go for Lurkers here, which is a good idea. You can't really... The Academy is a bit later, usually, obviously, in the 2-port games. The problem is not the army composition, but the problem is that eOnzErG is still on 2 hatcheries, and he lost most of his drones, so definitely up against the ropes at this point. And kogeT, he is going to lose a lot of his Wraiths playing overly aggressive at this point, but it doesn't really matter because he already got his infrastructure back up at home. He has a bunch of turrets, he has racks, he has vessels, but I mean, the thing is, if kogeT had kept his Wraiths alive along with the vessels, he would have had a way of clearing the Lurker contain, but because he lost all those Wraiths, suddenly eOnzErG can come here outside of the natural base, and he can just set up the lurkers for free. Oh, he's gonna go for it.
Oh, there's a bunker, and there's not much damage other than the Marines, but the Wraiths, they have cloak. They can shoot ground, whereas the lurkers can't. So once the Mutalisks are taken out, but he can win this fight versus the Wraiths, but he doesn't realize that it's 4 versus 3, so he backs off. And what looked like potentially could have been a game salvaging move, maybe not game winning, eOnzErG is going to back off and not going to get any damage done to the natural other than the bunker.
Well, he's going to go in for round 2, but the thing is, now that this is giving kogeT more time to get Marines up, to get another bunker up, to possibly get more Wraiths up as well, but it looks like he actually is going to just completely halt Wraith production, though honestly it wouldn't be a bad idea to continuously make Wraiths here, because the Wraiths, if they overpower the Mutalisks, there's no anti-air for the Lurkers, so that would be a way of getting out of any kind of contain. And this is 6 Mutalisks though, with 4 Lurkers, 6 Lurkers now in total, with the Overlords soaking up some of the damage. This bust is possible. It's only 1 bunker. I don't know if he has stim. He doesn't have medics. The vessels are going out of position. Here comes eOnzErG, gonna burrow in range of this bunker. It's gonna go down, no repairs, and this is so many lurkers that I actually think kogeT might lose here. The Radiant's on top of the Mutalisks, not on the lurkers. Only 2 Wraiths left over, and I think eOnzErG's done it, man.
Well, I don't know. The Wraiths are still alive. Lurkers are great, obviously, but he needs to get some SCV kills. That's what he's doing. The Lurkers are moving into the main, and those SCVs in the natural are isolated. If they try and save themselves going to the main, they will die. Oh my gosh, watch these SCVs get murdered at the net because there's more Lurkers sitting there. You can see that eOnzErG recognizes that. He's trying to move them into position. So many SCVs are going to fall. They're stacking on the gas. Look at the supplies plummet for kogeT. It's down to 44.
I mean, kogeT can totally stay in this game. He just needs to keep these SCVs alive, because the vessels are eventually going to get enough irradiate to clean this up. eOnzErG is running out of steam. It's really about how many SCVs did he kill, because if he kills enough SCVs, he can actually start droning up again. He's going to go into a Mutalisk switch here. Very smart. He's going to kill more SCVs. Wraiths are coming out. I wonder how many irradiates does kogeT have now. There goes 1 irradiate. And is that going to be enough? I mean, this is down to the wire for both players. eOnzErG not quite rallying. Where are all his units? There are 2 more Mutalisks joining the fray, and I think this is going to be enough, Nyoke, and I honestly think kogeT is going to lose here. Doesn't look like he has enough. I mean, he does have 3 radiates, but eventually, but their energy takes so long to build up on these vessels.
Yeah, he may have like 1 radiate available, but that's a forward Mutalisk. It gets instantly picked off. He sends it onto the SCV line that was already low health, dealing so much damage. It's down to 20 supply now for kogeT. eOnzErG, how did he do it?
Oh my god, absolutely bonkers game here. Yeah, you know, honestly, kogeT, he went in for that random Wraith attack at the end there, feeling confident, and he lost a lot of his Wraiths for free, trying to get more harassment off, and that just opened the door there for eOnzErG, because if he actually had all those Wraiths at home defending alongside the bunker and the vessels, eventually those Wraiths would probably whittle out the Mutalisks, and then the Wraiths can just kill the Lurkers straight up. But, you know, just skipping tanks there, I think you need to keep making Wraiths. It's just so hard, man. It's so hard, but eOnzErG finds a way, and we've seen this from eOnzErG before when he played against ZvT. You know, eOnzErG really thrives in these chaotic situations and makes it happen, and it's an impressive game.
Yeah, I thought for sure kogeT had it, and then there were points where I thought eOnzErG had it. I can't believe that the Lurkers actually busted through there. And the Mutalisk follow-up was great. He knew that the Wraith count was low. He instantly split off the Mutalisk that got irradiated. And as he pointed out, losing those, I think it was 2 Wraiths that he lost with that commitment before the Lurker follow-up kind of did him in. If he had those few, it would have saved him. But regardless, nicely done from eOnzErG, because in all the chaos that kogeT was throwing at him, he managed to survive. I thought